Don't know if this is recording. Wow, cannot be recording. Okay, okay, there's no problem. I'm going to see how we can do this and still get value. Why are you covering your face with something? Are you not seeing mine? Are you not seeing my own face? Okay, so I've been here all this while trying to actually get us ready and all of that, but I don't know the way it is. But let's just start and I will see what we can do. I'm trying to see what we can do. I want us to do unit 2. People that are sending me private messages and telling me they cannot understand these calls, I should help them and all of that. Now they are not here. I'm going out of my way. I don't have to do this. I'm going out of my way to do this. Please, Temitayo, if you can hear me, please raise your hand. Let me know that you can hear me. Let me know you can hear me. Because there's rain here. So I wouldn't know whether it's affecting my audio. Hello, Temitayo. Unmute yourself and speak to me. Can you hear me? Are you hearing me? Hello, are you hearing me? Hello, Temita. Let me know if you can hear me, please. I'm trying to even send you a chat now. Can you hear me? Hello, my dear. Can you hear me? Wow, I don't know why the chat is not coming up. I want to hear from you if you can hear me, but I'm not hearing from you. Okay, let me continue anyway. I don't know because I was hoping you will let me know if you are hearing me, but okay. Okay. Can you hear me now? Are you hearing me now? Wow. Temitayo, can you hear me now? Go to your chat. Let me know if you can hear me now. Temitayo. Temitayo, please let me know if you can hear me now. Temitayo. I'm trying to see if I can get what just recorded now. If I can hear it, then I will know whether it's from my side or your side. But this computer has no issue. At least the best I've known. but it's okay. Please, Temitayo, let me know if you can hear me. That is what is holding me now from this, from continuing with this class. And that's all that is holding me. Please, do you mind letting me know? Hello, Temitayo. Hello, Temitayo. I want to, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? That's what I want to know. Can you hear me so I can continue? Wow. This is There's no way I can do this thing. Okay, let me stop sharing. Let me stop sharing and try and solve this. Let me stop sharing and wow. about now? I don't know. Are you hearing me now? This is there. Okay, what about now? I think you should be hearing me now. So can you hear me now? What about now? Please let me know if you can hear me now, please. Wow. I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. But the computer is showing that my voice is entering. So what is the problem? How come you cannot hear me? Maybe it's your device. You still cannot hear me? What is the problem? And now there's no other person here to be able to let me know if they can hear me or not. Because I don't know. Me, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, you know what we do? I will end this meeting and then re-enter again and let's see what the problem is. Okay, somebody else is joining. This new guy. Okay, okay. Oluwa, please, if you can hear me, let me know. Just say to me that you can hear me. Oluwa. Wow. Okay, let me see if I can enter from here. I don't know. I don't know. This won't work at all. For me to share the screen. Oluwa, please, if you can hear me, let me know. Okay, Oluwa, you can hear me. Oh, good. Okay, that means Temitayo, that means it's your audio because Oluwa can hear me. So that means your audio is your device that you need to work on. So please. So in that case, then we can start. Thank you very much. Thank you for the late comment. I was about to actually end the meeting because she was saying she cannot hear me. So Oluwa, Temitayo, please, you need to work on your device. So that means it's your device that is the issue. Okay, so let me start. I don't know. There's rain here, but I will try and see what I can do. I'll try and see what I can do so that we can. Okay, in that case, let me go back to sharing my screen. Okay, so let's start now. Some of you that are sending messages to me instead of coming to class. That's good though. Eh? Okay, no problem. So let's start. Okay, I told us that we are going to start, we are going to see what we can do with Unit 2 today. No problem. And already, I don't know why you repeat to want us to see your face, but it's okay. We'll see what we can do. So, I'm introducing myself again. My name is Omolara Wabweze. Anyway, Yabode Wabweze. I'm a professor of English of National University. Okay, somebody is still telling me something. So, is somebody telling me something there? Okay. Okay, you are welcome. What's your name? iPhone. You don't have a name? Oh, yeah, unmute yourself and tell me your name. Unmute yourself, iPhone, and tell me your name.
My name is Lami.
Is that what?
Lami Sule.
Okay, okay. And when you come to class, always introduce yourself. That's good. Okay, so let's continue. Now, I'm going to be taking you. We are going to Unit 2 today. We're going to go to Unit 2 today of Module 1. Now, that class we started with Module 1, and we discussed economy of derivation and the economy of representation. Now we looked at innovations in TGG. Those are the things that we dealt with in the last class. And this anyway, I was editing this video when I was trying to set up the magic board, but I could not. So it is this class because it is still this week. We'll look at some basic things in the work and then explore the operations as much as we can. So the operations are actually in Unit 2. So that's what I want us to start with today. Please let us try and be coming on time. Actually, if I was trying to set up the magic board, that is what made me to come late to class myself. And I had issue now connected to Zoom. So look at some basic things in the work and explore the operations as much as we can, like I said. And this class will give an overview of the general operations. So we are looking at these 6 syntactic operations. And now I want to look at, we have the operation select, operation agree, operation copy, operation move, operation merge, and operation delete. Then we will see if we can also go into spell out and the PF and LF representations in this class. Is there any issue? You are trying to connect to audio. Everyone's audio should be muted by now. I told us that's what we do when we come to class. I said I tell you to unmute yourself. Then your audio should be muted by now. Now you should be able to define. So the learning outcomes that we're going to have is for you to be able to define some basic operations of transformational process in the minimalist program. So these are the initial operations you need to understand because they are synthetic operations you are going to operate. You are going to use them in doing synthetic analysis. So it is very important that you be able to master them. Then you should also be able to discuss the transformational processes in terms of these operations. So what are the transformational processes? So you should be able to understand them. Okay, so these are the learning outcomes I expect you to be able to do. And we are now in the first class, I mentioned something like array. I mean, when we talk about numeration, I don't know if you can see the board. So when we're looking at when we're talking about the difference between the minimalist program and GPT that I mentioned numeration. Now, as a stability element, instead of the DS and the surface structure and the big structure, instead of those, I said that the intermediate period now was lexicon numeration. So I mentioned numeration. Now, when you are going to be selecting and go into the operation, you need to master this. So array is the first element. Array is the first element, and you need that. And I mentioned that in the last class that when you are going to be selecting for your operations, You need to start from here because the array is what gives you. Okay, let me see if I can get a red pen. Maybe you will see that more. So you talk about array. Can you see this now? Please let me know if you can see what I'm writing. Now, array is the enumeration or the identification of the lessons. Now, you need to bring them together for you to be able to perform any operation. They kind of give you the population of the available elements in your in the language. When you have found this, then that's how you can begin to talk about the operation. Now, we will start with operation select. So it's deriving from the constant with an array. I know what I was trying to explain. So this array is extracted from numeration. Now, it is the another list. You come, you want to say, you want to write a sentence like, since this is our board, we cannot use this. We have to use the marker board. Now you want to tell me that this is a board. So you can have the board just writing there. Then you have board. So the words are just scattered and left there. These are the words that are possible inside the language. Now for you to be able to construct this sentence, what it means is this. Is where you apply syntax. So an array is these are the words that are possible in the language. And these words are the ones that syntax helps you to arrange. So this is where you start from. You start from the element of array. And this is selected from the numeration because it is the possible items, number of particular items that are possible in the language. So let's get that first. When we get that first, we begin to understand that for you to get the word, for you to get the sentence, this is the word. You get, okay. I don't know, let me get water to clean up this one. This is the field to clean, so we have to manage like this. So I was saying that now array comes from numeration. Array comes from numeration. Then these words are the things that are got together and then just one that just exists. From here, for you to construct the sentence that you want to construct, you not see from here. That's the thing. Then, of course, this word. So that gives you that sentence. Now, it is the syntactic operation that you are going to be applying that will help you to construct the sentence. So this is what we are talking about here. So an array is first and foremost where you derive, you first of all have to have an array. So when you have an array, from there you derive your clause. So this is what we are talking about here. So that the first is to select the words, and which is what we did here by selecting the possible words in the language. So when we selected the possible words, we give us the array of possible elements in the sentence. Now, the lexical element is usually made up of a bundle of features. So when you have done the first operation, which is operation select, by selecting, so the first operation is operation. Sorry, since we are going to have a bit of issue here. So the first operation is operation select, like I mentioned. Then when you have selected the multiple words, so when you have selected them, you now have to find the features that can go together. And now when we talk about agree. So of all the features that such as phonological, semantical, and I mentioned this in the first lesson, and phonosyntactic features, the more relevant for translation are the monosyntactic features. Now, what are these monosyntactic features? These are elements that must agree with the words. And when you have elements that must agree with the words, then you begin to now bring them together with what you call the the interpretable features. So you need to bring the interpretable features with the uninterpretable features for you to have an agreement. Now, these are the ones that help you to be able to create the element that they have to agree. Now, let me give an example here now. If you have now, if you look at the word this, as you have here, this. Now, the only thing I agree with is singular. That word I agree with. So, you now bring the element of singularity, which is a 4 plus number. That means the word this plus number. And that is how you can have your element there. Now, if you have this word and you cannot identify the number you separate with, you will have a bit of problem. But now, if you say this boy, if you say this boy, that will give you a bit of problem because that is not in English. You don't say this boy, it is these boys. So in that case, the element of number is very important. So if you have what you have here, you are having more than one. That is not plural. Now what you are having here. In that case, you do agree with this. So you need to get the one that can agree with, of course, which is this. You now have this. So that's very important for you to also see that difference. So operation agree is also key. And then when we have things like what do you call it now? Third person singular. And now when you say third person singular, such as you, he, she, and it. Now these ones have the kind of vibe they can agree with. The same verb, you cannot use the same verb that somebody that is doing what do you call it now? A first you cannot say that the person that is a plural verb cannot go with it. So you need to have the first person singular has the kind of verb it goes with. And that means that that particular kind of verb too has the kind of structure it has. So this one we have to go with present tense. We have to go with present tense. We have to go with present tense. And then this first person is not the same. This person that is singular is different from the one that is plural. It's different from the one that is plural. So even though you may have third person, of course the third person plural is they or them, as the case may be. For you to have, you have to bring together this non-interpretable feature along with the interpretable feature, which are the words, the lexical elements, for you to be able to have the structure that is correct. So operation agree must also apply to that syntactic structure. You remember I said the first thing is that there must be a selection of the words that fit the sentence you want to make. And then the words also must also have an agreement between the syntactic features or what's called monosyntactic features, and the elements. So they are all feature driven, and that's how you can have your transformations. If you do not apply this, if you have the third person singular and then you are putting a verb of third person plural, then there will be a problem. That transformation, that particular structure, is what we call it will truncate, it will fail. Now the next one is the operation. Okay, yes, I didn't want to have an example here. I forgot that I have an example here for agree. So agreement relation occur when an element has some feature that's unvalued. That's uninterpretable. So then it comes together with the one. And that the unvalued features are said to be active because it has to go for a goal. It has to look for the one that can fit it. And I gave you the example of here now. So if we say here now, like the example you have here in the word. So this here now can only go with a word like maybe beat. So if you write beat, then this one will not agree with this. But if you agree with this, so you need to bring together this feature for it to agree with this. So third person singular can take on this. And that means that this particular element, we have to look for what can fit it. So that is the way it goes together. So you see the example I gave for now, if you can see now, you can have your determiner, he. Now it has elements of the features of being a masculine and also a singular, and it's also a nominative case. So, and now it gives the nominative case to the verb. And now you can see now that he said he goes. And again, it also has the element of number and gender inside this particular transformation. So you cannot have he go, or he goeth. Anyway, that's another particular element. So we're talking about in this one third person singular, and also the case of not only that is the third person, is not only singular, but it also has gender feature, it also has the numeral feature, it also has the nominative feature. It also has the nominative feature. Because it's somebody that's a nominal, nominative that can go. The case is that of the nominative. Then it is also has the number of being singular. Then it also has the gender of being masculine. So all these features must come together for you to be able to realize the particular sentence that you need to make. If they cannot, then there will be a problem. The sentence will actually truncate. So the transformation will not be successful. So this is another thing that where most of us tend to make mistakes is we have this problem with this operation agree. Most of us do not let our elements to agree with the sentence. And that is the reason why many times our sentence tends to fall through. So we are looking at this. I'm hoping you can see the board and see the examples I'm trying to make here. If you have a question, please, at that point you have any question, you can let me know. You can raise your hand, then I will try and answer your question.
Hello, ma. Good evening. This is Rejoice. Sorry, I came in late. I just I got your email and I just joined. So my question is, I don't know, how long have you people started?
How long what?
Did you start the class?
Yeah,
is it
because
long?
I was trying to actually set up the magic board so that you can easily see. I came in a bit late, but we started around 20 after or thereabout. I connected to 10 after, but many of you are not around. Now I have to send that email.
Yes, I got the email because yesterday I got your email, but just that the time wasn't fixed that yesterday. So I didn't know that we were meant to start for today. I knew that we have lecture today, but I didn't know.
Send the mail and we agreed. We agreed in the last class that we are going to start for. I thought we did.
Oh.
You were in the class.
Yes, I was in the class last time. Yes, ma'am.
So that is it.
No, that was when we had that issue, that interruption of this thing, technical fault.
I've uploaded. I was able to retrieve the 2 videos and I've uploaded them online. They are all in your Moodle class.
Okay,
the 2 videos are there.
Okay, ma'am. So I will check.
Did you leave the class after the break? I continued. Let's and 5 minutes after, I was able to reconnect and continue the class.
I think we ended when you couldn't swap to the next system. You tried to connect it to the next system. You couldn't do that. Then you had to use the desktop you were using or thereabouts. And we all agreed we had to end it there because the person that was meant to connect it for you was not there. So that was where we ended that day.
No. I reconnected and people came back and we continued the class.
Okay.
Yes. And we spent an extra 19 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that means I missed out on that.
Yeah, just check the video. Just check the video. You can get it.
All right, ma'am.
Okay, so let's continue. So far, are we following? Are we following so far? Okay, so let's continue. So now the third operation is operation copy. Now this operation most times is before. What you will have in GPT is quite different. But here, what we apply is what we call the operation copy, because here you have the element you want to delete. You have it copied out. You have it copied out before you now delete it. But it was not like that in the formal grammar. So what we have here is that for you to have a movement, you copy out, you first of all copy out the element. What we are saying is this, that I get the example of you can swim, and I think this is also in your book. Now you remember what we are doing this for is for transformation. Now let's say you want to change this sentence or what you call a declarative structure into a question. If you want to change it to a question, now what do? The grammar says that you first of all copy out this because it's what you want to move. So you first of all copy it out. And what you now have is what you can. And of course, in grammar, we put asterisk and say that is not correct. But that is it. Now what you have here is that this element that are copied is what is going to have something else happen to it. Then we'll see what will happen to it later. So the first thing is that you want to change one of something structure into question. So what you now do is that you now apply operation copy. You have to copy it out, and it becomes because of that, of course, this is not grammar in English. So what happens is that you now want to move you apply another operation, we call it operation move. Now it means that you are moving a particular element from the position where it was. You are moving it. Now what are we doing? See, using this example. What happens is that you are now moving here. You are now moving it here. So when you now move this one, you are copied out. You remember it was one element. Then you have to apply because you want to move it. Unlike you move alpha, where you move and what you do in the system and you leave a trace. For this one, you copy it out. When you copy it out, it now becomes double, which is what we have here. So instead of putting trace element that you have in GB syntax, what you have now is that you are having a duplication of that element you want to copy out. So when you are copying out now, you now apply what you call operation move. So now if you now move it, that means that now you now move it to here. So hand now moves from this place to here. Of course, that means that this one we have to go. But we see as we go on how that happens. You will see the way all the operations are linking together. So I want to follow step by step that these operations are not abstractive. They are linking together in the way they are moving. Now, when you have done that, the next thing you do is that you now simply merge the syntactic objects, your SOs. You have moved this one you want to move now. You have moved it. You can see it has been moved here. Now when it becomes moved here, so So this place becomes empty. But like I told you, in GPC, what you would have is that you have a trace element to say something moves there. But here now, you have moved this out, and it has now relocated to the back of the subject. Then it has moved to the back of the subject, and it has moved to the back of the subject. Then you now have an empty space there. So let us demonstrate that here. You have an empty space there. So as you now have this empty space there, so you are making it. So this treasure could be very as being mapped because it is an extra copy of the merge copy. So what do we do next? What do we now do? Now you now apply what you call operation delete. Operation delete is the only way this particular element now can work. So you can now delete this one that is the original copy. So that is the only way you can now have the sentence like can you, okay, so let me just leave it for can you can swim. So when you now by the time you now put the leaf there, it now becomes what? Can you swim? So you see, step by step, these operations is following one another. So I will take it again from, let me see, is there anyone that have, okay, no, let me finish with the operations. I will take it again from array. We will start from array so that we see each operation in order. So we said the first thing, hey, it's already time. My time is fast spent. So the first thing is that you have array. How we are following? Please, if you have a question, let me know. How can this meeting be ending in 10 minutes now? So we have array again. Then we have an array. Then we have what do you call it now? So then we select. So operation select. So an array is
Sorry, ma. Some people are saying that they are not. They sent their chats that they are not hearing you.
Okay. Now I was trying to start from the beginning to say this, but some of them I think it's their device that is their problem. I think the other person told me that it's her device that she could not hear me, but other people could hear me. So that means it's her device that is the problem. Or is it when I get up to work on the board that you cannot hear me? Is it when I get up?
No. I do. No, I hear you from the board. I hear. I don't know.
So maybe it's their device. They should check their device. Please, everybody should make sure their device is in top form. This is the computer I used to do everything, and it is me. I'm able 100% now. So operation select. So we have select. Like I said, then you have so when you have selected now, let me see now. Then we move to agree. So when you select now from here now, so you see now that you can swim. So you can swim. Now you have selected this now. Then now you look at it, the next one. Yes, you can and swim. They agree. So that sentence, there's no problem with it. So let me see. I've forgotten now. What's the next operation now? Okay. So copy. Now we want to, because we want to transform this sentence. Now we want to change it. We want to change this sentence into a question. So if I want to change the question now, so we now copy, because that's the only way we can move the element. So you now have you can swim. So now you have copied this. You now have a copy of that structure that is going to move. So then the next element is what? The next element is move. So now we have operation move. So operation move. So in operation move now, You now have this one will move. So what you now have is can you, of course, empty space there, can swim. So you see the way the operations are linking to one another. Then the next one is what? Is that you merge. So operation merge. Now please note this one is used in technical terms. It's used as a technical term. So don't go and carry yourself and just say you are merging things together. So what you're now saying now is that this one merges, and with that now, you now see this place. Anyway, I think I was too fast in moving this. So that's why you move. So you now see now that can you swim. Then we now go to the next one, which is of course the operation delete. So now because we see now that this element is not actually what do you call it now? It cannot occur in the structure. And that's we make this all these structures to become suspect. And in grammar, we normally use asterisk to show that a structure is ungrammatical. So what do we now do? We now say, okay, this one has moved. Then we now delete this. So when we delete this now, then we now have swim. So there is nothing here again. So we delete that. So then it now gives us what? Back to our structure, the transformation we want to do now. After applying all these operations, so we now have what? Can you swim? Which is a question. So this element, this sentence are now moved from being a declaration to becoming a question. And that is what we call transformation in the grammar. So its structure has changed. Is that okay? So do you have any question? I think
sorry, I have a question.
Okay.
Yes, I have a question.
Okay.
All right, this before the question, this can swim. How do we get the can into places?
Yes, by applying operation copy. So if you are planning to depending on the structure you are working with, by the time you see more examples in your work now, you will see what we are talking about. Now, because we want to move, normally in GB syntax, what you will have instead of having can here, because this element is going to move, what they will now put here is that if you actually move, then they will now put what you call trace. So to show that something moved from there. When the operation, when the process of transformation is completed, then they will now remove, delete this and put. So that one is called move alpha. That one is called move alpha in government and binding. But that's not what we have here anymore. What we have is that you have to copy the element out to show you want to move it. So that's why operation copy comes into effect. So when you have, then after operation copy now, you now are talking about moving it. So this is the way it works in the minimalist program. Any other question, please? The way it is, I think we may likely stop here because I've been warned already, and I wouldn't know what the problem, because I see enter this class from the university site. So I don't know, but they told me that we have 10 minutes more. So I think instead of I will continue the other things in the next class. So we just have to end here. So if you have any other questions, then let's take them so that we can continue. Any other question? Am I speaking Greek? Any other question? None. Okay. Anyway, like I said, you guys can always post your questions inside the chat, inside the discussion forum, then we can discuss them. Okay. Thank you very much. If there's no more question, I think we'll call it a day. Then we do operation. So just read ahead with for operation spell out, and I don't know. I'm not have enough to do justice to this. So let me just leave it so that we just continue in the next class, and then we see what we can do. But let's read the next unit also ahead. Is that okay? Can we call it a day now?
Okay, sorry, ma. So the next one will be spell out, right?
Yeah.
This one on the board.
About spell out, because we are supposed to actually conclude it today, but I've been warned. I don't know why. I think we find out what the problem was, why the thing is timing me. Because it's only when I'm using basic that I should be doing that. But I still came in through the university website, so I don't know why it's still timing me. I don't know what the issue is. So I think I'm going to find out eventually. But I won't be able to do justice to it. So let us end this here. So the next class I'll see how we can. Maybe I would have found out what the problem is. Then I'll be able to see how I can have the full 1 hour.
Sorry, but before you end, they are asking question, and I'm sure when you go out now, I will not be able to reply them. So let me just 1 minute. Let me give them my email.
Are you the course leader?
In my team, because me, I'm in Abuja. I'm not in Benin. In my own team, yes. But most of my people are not here, so I just informed them about it today.
Why would they not be here? Because now I sent email. The email that I sent to me, I have up to 200 and something names there, and about 1/3 of it will bounce back. So and that's the problem I'll be having, because students will never use their proper email.
Yeah, maybe most of them don't check. You know, some of them don't even subscribe to their data, so it's their own. They are not meant to do that because they don't know. So, but I will.
Less than 1 minute to go. Less than 1 minute to go.
There is this lady that she's having issues.
Less than 1 minute. So this is warning me.
When is the next class, ma?
Tuesday 4 p.m.
Okay, ma. So Tuesday and Thursday every week.
Yeah. The Thursday is me giving myself that work. The time the University of Humanity is that Tuesday on Tuesday every week.
Okay, thank you, ma.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, see you guys around. So,
all right, ma.
Okay, share the word among yourselves. Then let's take it from there. Okay. God bless you.
All right, ma. Have a good evening.
And you too.
Oh, yeah, Carlos, how would you?